So good. Today, something very interesting happened. I was waiting in the lobby at the well, not the airport. I was waiting in the lobby of the hotel for the airport shuttle, and this dude and his girl come inside the lobby. Obviously, they're not guests at the hotel, but they're probably just walking on the street. They come into the lobby and they're screaming, and the guy's yelling at her, yelling obscenities and just cursing at her and verbally abusive. And I also noticed some threats in there, talking about how he's going to beat her and kill her, and she's obviously scared. And I look around and I see people, and they're just looking on, and they look a little scared. And it's just awkward. Like, no one's doing anything. This is going on, and I tell the girl that's sitting beside me, I say, just watch my stuff. And I go up and I approach him, and I tell him to walk outside with me, right? And so this guy's being belligerent, he's being upset. Able to use some verbal judo and try to de-escalate the situation as best I can. So I get them outside, both of them. I try to separate them, and you can tell the girl's scared, right? This guy's threatening to kill her, to hurt her. And he told me that he's been convicted of domestic assault previously, and he didn't want to go back to jail, and he was just yelling, just very irrational, right? And so I peeked inside, and I kind of told the staff to call the police. So they were on the phone with the cops, and it was kind of escalating again, but I tried to keep them separated. My biggest concern was making sure this didn't turn physical, because I would have had to become physical in a situation like that. That's always the last resort, right? So what ended up happening, guys, was the airport shuttle came. Both parties, the girl and the guy was like, listen, come with me. He was like, come with me, I'm gonna beat you, blah, blah, blah. And the girl was saying, no, I'm gonna wait for the cops. But eventually she gave in and she went with the guy. Obviously at that point, I mean, there's not much I can do. I'm not gonna physically withhold her from going. That's her prerogative, that's her choice. So she did go with the guy. I got on the shuttle, and it just made me think, man, like, domestic violence and domestic abuse, it's a serious thing. And people are living that out, and a lot of these incidences don't go reported. A lot of these instances happen behind closed doors. So, if you know somebody who's struggling with this, who's a victim to this, try to get them the help they need, because sometimes they feel helpless, and they're so invested and attached to the person that they're with, and they don't see the danger that they're in. Because, to be honest with you, I can see this guy, just based off the way that he was acting, I could see him taking her life eventually, right? He told me that he hit her in public before, and that's why he was charged. He beat her. And if he can do that with people around watching, then just imagine what this guy can do behind closed doors, right? So I don't know if the police caught up to them, but you know what, guys, whenever you see a situation like this, I'm not saying that you need to stand up and, intercede. You have to weigh the possible dangers. You don't know if this guy has a weapon. You don't know who he is. You don't know his criminal record. You don't know what he's capable of. But you have to weigh all of these things in your head and decide to act, if that is what you choose to do. Or you can be like the group of people that said, you know what, I did weigh what could possibly happen, and I'm going to sit right here and mind my own business, right? So no one's going to look down on you for that at all. But I decided that, I didn't want this lady to get hurt. I didn't know her from Mary, right? And she looked scared, so I did what I had to do.